Kathy says, please let our Premier deal with the gun laws. He will do what's best for Queensland. His laws are much better than the federal laws. There's so many texts coming through. Please get them through 0499 880 882. Someone who I'm going to ask about it as well is my next guest, who is a man of many talents. It's going to be a weird bow, but stay with me on this one. I'm going to join it. He's a former hard-hitting NRL forward for the Canberra Raiders. He was on The Bachelor. He's most recently the internet's favourite fantasy book boyfriend on TikTok. He's currently, well, he's not, because he's here in person with me in studio, but also simultaneously deep in the jungle for the new season of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, which has just smashed the ratings, can I just say, with its biggest launch in 3 years. He's alive and well, and he's joining me now in studio, minus the snakes and the spiders and the innards and everything else he's had to go through. Thanks for joining us, Luke Bateman.
Oh, thank you very much for having me, Carla.
Now, I say this is something that you talk about because you're a timber cutter. You've worked the land. You've lived and grown up on the land in Queensland your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Queensland farmers would be for or against this sort of buyback?
Obviously they'd be against it. I mean, the thing for a farmer is a gun is a tool. A gun is a way to protect their income.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's how they provide for their family,
Mm-hmm.
etc. So that is a tool that they use to, put food on the table in many ways. So I don't think too many farmers would be,
No.
agreeable.
And I think that's the thing here, the crux of it as well, is that those that are doing the right thing, the farmers, the people that apply for licenses, even recreational shooters, are doing the right thing, and the right checks and balances should be in place for that type of gun ownership. But the problem is the guns land in the hands of criminals, and the laws around that probably, most likely, more than likely need reviewing, but a more broader, holistic perspective of extremism and hate and how that's been allowed to fester in terms of a national sort of conversation and sort of bubbling away within our communities, I think needs to be addressed. And maybe this is a bit of a, smoke screen for the actual problems that we need addressing in the country.
Yeah, well, I would say that, taking away guns from farmers in North or Western Queensland or whatever is not going to do much in terms of dispelling hatred.
No.
No.
All right. You're not here to talk guns, but I appreciate because you're a man of the land. So I appreciate it. We're going to segue somehow into the fact that you are currently on our screens on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, but you're here in person. It's the first season that they've sort of pre-recorded and then released. What does it work? How do we vote for the person who wins the series then?
Oh, the same way as always. It'll be live voting for whoever makes it to the end of the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But you already know who's won.
No, you don't know. No, the winner of the show will find out at the same time that the rest of
As
Australia
everyone
does.
else.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's super strange.
Oh, we live in a strange world, Carla.
This is true. That's very philosophical. Stop with that. Okay. We see the glossy version. I guess we see the warts and alls. And okay, I'll give you this. You were on The Bachelor before. Bachelorette.
Bachelor
before, and now I'm a Celebrity. So you're no stranger to reality television. Tell me, what's more competitive? What was more catty? You been in the jungle with wildcats or been with a bunch of women on Bachelor?
I was kind of on The Bachelor. I mean, I was removed from the
cattiness.
girls. Yeah, the cattiness most of the time.
Sure.
I will say though that when you put any group of people in in the jungle, take away all of their luxurious items,
Right.
and take away food from them as well.
Yeah.
Emotions are heightened.
Really? More so than the alcohol they ply into you in those romance shows?
Maybe, truly. Like, I actually didn't even understand just how much my mood depends on food.
Right.
Like, I don't think I've never, like the last time I would have eaten
Right.
less than 3,000 calories in a day was when I was in the womb. I'm a big eater. So
Right.
I was surprised with how much I was actually realised. I was like, wow, food plays such a major role in my life.
Well, for me, like I'm an emotional eater, and they say that emotional eating is one like when you're sad. It's every emotion for me. It's all the emotions, and I eat. So that resonates with me.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it true, Luke, that you start every day with 3 eggs and meditation?
It's very true. Yes.
So that's a horrible existence for breakfast.
Well, for you, that's a horrible.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
For me, it's quite delightful.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, are they boiled eggs? Because that's like the.
No, fried.
Okay,
Fried eggs.
all right, that's good.
Bit of Worcestershire. Bit of Worcestershire.
Oh,
over 'em.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So it's not so bland.
No, it's not. Yeah.
I was thinking you were like Tibetan monk style, 3 boiled eggs and meditation for 6 hours of the day.
No.
Okay.
Just like a good 10, 15-minute meditation and then three eggs. And then I know that my day, no matter what happens for the rest of the day, if I start my day like that, I know it's going to be a great day.
Right, because you tried to introduce this mindfulness to the rest of your castmates in the jungle.
I did.
And it's very divisive. Some people
Oh.
embrace it. Others were like hearing their growling tummy, I guess, over their, inner peace or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's just something that I find really helpful, important to me. And if other people, don't find it helpful to them, then I'm more than okay with that.
I've got to say, is it one of the coping strategies and mechanisms that you've put into place in order to heal? And I say heal for want of better word. You shared very much so on the show and in public now about your previous gambling addictions. I wonder if we can just play a little bit of your revelation here.
Oh, I don't want to hear me.
From the moment you're 18, like what you do is you train, you play, and then you go to the pub and gamble. Every second bloke in the team had a gambling addiction to some degree. I took it to the nth. Like you're culturally just not forced into it, but you're just culturally just exposed to it from literally 18.
Yeah.
I'm very open and honest and direct when it comes to all of my struggles in my past. I kept that part of myself very secret for a long time, and I think that addiction thrives in secrecy.
I love that line.
Addiction thrives in secrecy, in shame, in fear, in silence.
Because from a young age, you were able to achieve great things, and with that great power, responsibility became a big paycheck for a young person. And if you're not kept in check, unfortunately, we live in a culture and a society where that is the norm. You found yourself in that situation. When did you know that you could no longer keep this in secret?
Oh, I mean, it wasn't. I sort of got forced out of it because I was broke. I couldn't pay my rent. I couldn't buy groceries. I couldn't pay my mortgage. So it was, I didn't have any choice really. I think I got to the stage where I was either going to end up dead or in jail, and that was all that I had left. So there was either, you had that either one of those two, or you had to talk about it and change. And I was very, very fortunate that I had such supportive, loving people around me that helped me with it. But it was a very long journey. From the start of my addiction to full recovery was 7 years. So, and anyone who's struggled with addiction or been in recovery will know that it's not linear, and there's always setbacks and relapses. So it was 7 years between, I would say, when my addiction very first started to when I actually would say like what my gambling addiction ended.
And you say that you've had people around you that love you. This is your friends and family, I guess.
Yes. Yep.
And did they recognize over that time they tried to tell you in that time?
You have to
Stage interventions?
Yeah, you have to have a conversation with my mum. I mean, obviously, it was really, really harmful, and it's always a struggle for me to talk about my addiction story because it's literally like one facet. My addiction story affected so many people,
Yeah.
and there were so many people who are a part of that story, and I get to tell my narrative, but my mum doesn't get to tell her story. My sister,
Get her on. Get Mrs. Bateman on. I'd have her in here any day. I find it not only interesting, but also so helpful because there'd be people out there listening who deal with it on a different scale. They're not former NRL players who've PI 55E they're up the wall or whatever and been able to look back at that. But to some degree, it affects us all. It's all relative.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
this is helpful.
Yeah.
And it's really important that you do talk about it and candidly. But yeah, get your mum on. Give
Yeah,
me her number. I'd love to have her on afternoons.
I've always said to mum that I'll write a book about my addiction journey and recovery, and mum always says to me, she says, I need a chapter in that book. Mum, you can probably have a couple.
Well,
Two or three.
you've got a 2-book deal. Is one of them going to be about it, or are you? Because this is
No, my book deal. So I'm writing a fantasy trilogy. So the first 3 books I write are going to be my fantasy trilogy. But I absolutely there are many books. There are many ideas in my head about books that I want to write, and stories that I want to write, and obviously one of them is a is a sort of not a memoir, but just I suppose even like a personal help book in many ways about my journey.
Well, you're suitably qualified to do that. I was talking earlier in the week how I just can't stand these self-help gurus who have not gone through any sort of adversity or challenge or done anything with themselves really, in my mind. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
And yet they're out here giving life coaching lessons and that. I mean, you've got an amazing story to share, but your popularity of recent years has come through TikTok and the fact that you are so into books and reading. And it's crazy to me that you want to write fantasy books, but that's your thing. And I get it. I'm not going to yuck your yum, Luke. But I think your life story is incredible and your mum definitely deserves it. At least let her narrate the audiobook so she can put some footnotes in, you know?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And as I said, my addiction journey is a journey that encompassed so many more people than me. And at times I feel a little bit selfish that I'm the only one who gets to tell my part of it.
The other thing that it's like you're a man in demand. I said that if you take part in a reality show, they look for two things when they cast people: someone that's on their way up or someone that's on their way down. You've already done down, so you're on your way up. Okay?
You can't go any further down than I went. So.
And I love that you're embracing this because this happened very organically for you through social media and you're just taking what you can of the situation. And I love it. You seem like a very genuine bloke.
Oh, thank you, Carla.
So you've got a podcast as well that you're doing with us.
In the Good Books.
In the Good Books.
Book podcast. It's my love child. I love doing the podcast. I love talking about books. It's my outlet of, it's what I wanted to talk about for 20, 30 years that I never got to talk about. So
you just didn't feel comfortable because I know you've spoken to Sophie Formica about this before on this afternoon's program. You didn't feel comfortable about outing yourself as a bookworm.
Yeah. When you grow up in very hyper masculine cultures, I think a love of fantasy books is not something that looked upon.
I want to wedgie you. I'm not hyper masculine. Or maybe I am.
It's funny, I was always quite like internally I was always like a quite a nerdy, shy kid, but externally the narratives and the cultures that I grew up in didn't really allow that.
But your mum's let you, and she's proud of you now.
Yeah.
She's allowed it to happen.
Yeah, mum was sort of like the only person who I ever shared of my love of books with. So
Wow.
Me and my mum have a very special relationship. But yeah, she's proud of me now. I think there was a few years where she probably wasn't so proud.
But still supportive nonetheless.
Still supportive.
We need to have Mama Baitman on the show, that is for sure. Just the most recent post that you did about a book that you read is The Time Traveler's Wife. Hello, welcome to 15 years ago.
I said that. I said, look, I know I'm late to the party, but mind-blowing. And I said timeless, pun intended, but a timeless book. A story of love and life that just transcends time and space.
Yeah, and also it has if you're into science, not just science fiction and fantasy, it's a little, do you follow that time is circular or linear?
Wow.
And there are some holes in it. So,
Carla, we can get into questions about time if you want. How long have you got? We can delve into the universe of time.
Sadly, not enough. But I'm quite happy to be a guest on your podcast. We really appreciate it. Okay, very quickly, back to I'm a Celebrity. Robert Irwin's doing an amazing job. His star is on the rise as well.
Oh, yeah, huge.
Is he fun in real life as he is?
Robert is the exact person that you see on TV is the exact person you get in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, incredible. Like a superstar, an absolute superstar.
So you've enjoyed your time in the jungle so far?
Loved my time in the jungle so far.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't come to an end anytime soon, but we'll find
It's weird that you're here. If we're talking about time and space, you're here, but you're talking about there, but you're not there, you're
maybe
here.
I'm the time traveller.
Maybe you are. Luke Bateman, thank you so much for your time. You're always welcome on Afternoon's program. There's a myriad of women that work in the office that are somehow in the producer's airlock watching this interview like I'm the interesting one all of a sudden. I think they might be here for you. Luke, thank you. And we'll talk about books and your mum another time.
Thank you very much, Carla. Thanks for having me on.